Welcome back to the deep dive. We're about to take a closer look at what makes ExtensisHR such a standout partner for charter schools.
One of the things that really struck me as we were going through all these materials is how ExtensisHR goes beyond just offering, the basic HR services.
Oh, for sure. They've carved out a really unique space for themselves in the charter school world.
Yeah, one of the things that really stood out was their emphasis on dedicated expertise.
Dedicated expertise, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, so they actually have these specialized teams for different areas of HR. Like, you've got your payroll experts, your benefit specialists, people who focus on risk management, even retirement services.
So it's not just like a one-size-fits-all HR department.
Exactly. You're getting people who really know their stuff inside and out.
Makes sense.
And it's not just about having the right people, it's about building those strong relationships too.
Ah, the human touch.
Right. And that's where their school account management team comes in.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So basically, every school that partners with ExtensisHR gets a dedicated team assigned to them, and it's led by a school account manager.
Okay.
And this person, they act as your main point of contact, making sure everything runs smoothly, and you've got all the support you need.
So it's like having a personal HR guide.
Exactly. And they're not just working solo. Behind the scenes, you've got a whole team, including an HR manager, a payroll manager, and an implementation manager, all working together to support your school.
That's impressive. Talk about a comprehensive approach.
And they don't stop there. They also understand that in today's world, technology is absolutely key for streamlining all these HR processes.
Oh, absolutely. You can't be stuck in the Stone Age with all this paperwork.
Right. And that's where their online platform, School Cloud, comes into play.
School Cloud. I'm intrigued.
It's a secure, cloud-based platform that gives schools access to all these essential HR tools and resources all in one place.
So what kind of things are we talking about here? What can you actually do with School Cloud?
Oh, it's packed with features. One of the biggest time savers is their time and labor management system.
That's always a pain point for schools.
It is. But with School Cloud, you can track employee hours, manage schedules, handle leave requests, all electronically.
No more mountains of paper timesheets.
Exactly. And because it's all online, employees can access their information and submit requests from anywhere, which is super convenient.
Okay, I'm liking this already. What else?
Well, they also have this really robust onboarding system that makes it so much easier to get new hires up to speed quickly.
Onboarding is so important, especially in education where turnover can be high.
Absolutely. And it ensures that new employees have all the information they need right from the start.
Makes sense.
And speaking of getting people up to speed, they also have a huge emphasis on training and development.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah. They have a whole library of online training modules covering all sorts of topics, from compliance and safety to leadership skills.
So teachers and staff can constantly be learning and growing.
Exactly. And they even have tools for tracking certifications and professional development hours.
Which is a lifesaver because staying on top of all that can be a real headache.
Oh, tell me about it. And School Cloud makes it so much easier.
So we've talked about time saving and efficiency, but what about compliance? I mean, that's a big one for charter schools.
Absolutely. And ExtensisHR really shines in that area.
So how do they help schools stay on top of all those ever-changing regulations?
Well, first of all, they have a dedicated compliance team that's constantly monitoring all the latest federal and state regulations, so you know you're in good hands.
Okay, that's reassuring.
And they've built all that expertise directly into School Cloud, so you've got access to up-to-date information, alerts about any changes, and even tools to help you stay compliant.
It's like having a compliance safety net.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that peace of mind is invaluable for school leaders.
It really is. It frees them up to focus on what matters most to the students.
Right. And I think what really sets ExtensisHR apart is that they truly get the charter school environment.
They're not just some generic HR company trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Exactly. They understand the unique challenges that charter schools face, like, funding constraints, accountability pressures, all of that.
And they tailor their solutions accordingly.
They do. They work closely with each school to develop a customized plan that aligns with their specific goals and values.
It sounds like a true partnership.
It really is.
Now, I know data security is a huge concern these days, especially when you're talking about sensitive employee information.
Absolutely. And ExtensisHR takes that very seriously.
So what kind of measures do they have in place to protect data?
Well, they use all the latest encryption protocols and security measures to protect data both in transit and at rest.
Okay, so they're on top of their game.
They are. And they also undergo regular audits to make sure they're meeting the highest industry standards.
So schools can have confidence that their information is safe and sound.
Exactly. Now, all of this might sound like, something that's only accessible to big, well-funded charter schools.
Yeah, I could see how someone might think that.
But actually, ExtensisHR works with schools of all shapes and sizes, from small startups to large networks.
So they really are committed to supporting the entire charter school movement.
They are. They believe that every student deserves access to a high-quality education, and they want to help make that happen.
That's fantastic. So to sum it all up, it sounds like ExtensisHR is much more than just a typical PEO.
Oh, absolutely. They're a true partner for charter schools, offering this comprehensive suite of services, cutting-edge technology, and a deep commitment to their client success.
They're not just keeping up with the times, they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the HR world.
They are. And it's exciting to see a company that's so dedicated to supporting the charter school movement.
I agree. So, in part 3 of our deep dive, we're going to take a closer look at the co-employment model that underpins ExtensisHR's services.
Ah, yes. The co-employment model.
It's a topic that can seem a bit confusing at first,
It definitely has that reputation.
but we'll break it down and explore how it actually benefits both schools and their employees.
This is where things get really interesting. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.